Intro to iSVA. Build your success here at iSchool Virtual Academy.
Hello and welcome to iSchool Virtual Academy. My name is Mrs. Haas and I am so excited that you're here today. Consider me your guide or navigator of all things iSVA. During our time together, I'm going to teach you how iSchool works. I'm also going to throw in a couple of tips and tricks, things that I have rolled up my sleeve because I want this to be a great school year for you. Now, we've got a lot of information to cover, but just know that we are committed to helping you build success as you begin your academic journey here at iSchool Virtual Academy. We have created a student and guardian to-do list to help guide you through your first few weeks here. Now, it's really important that you make sure you check off every item on that to-do list. So let's take a look and get started.
Student to-do list. First up, you're going to watch the Intro to iSVA video. That's the video you're currently watching. Next, complete the iSVA Expectations Agreement. Make sure to complete this alongside your guardian. If you are above the age of 18, you may fill out this agreement yourself. Next is Student Orientation. This takes place your first day of school. As a reminder, students in grades 3 through 8 will have 2 days of orientation. After that, we have the Week 1 check-in, and last, the Week 2 check-in. Guardian to-do list. First up, you will also watch the Intro to iSVA video, which is this video. Next, complete the iSVA Expectations Agreement. Guardians, you will need to complete this one time per student you have enrolled in iSVA. Next, you will have Guardian Orientation. This takes place during your student's first week of school, followed by check-in with your student daily, and last, read over weekly progress report. Things to discuss. First, we're going to lay the foundation. In this section, we will discuss how iSVA works, course materials, we will define roles and explain who does what here at iSVA. Next, we'll discuss iSVA policies and state testing requirements. In our next section, entitled Build the Structure, is where we will discuss weekly expectations and give you an insight as to what a day in the life of a typical iSVA student looks like. We will also provide a couple of tips and tricks on how to start your day off right at iSVA. And in our last section, what do you do after you build a house? Well, you have to add your own flair and add those final touches. We will go over some helpful reminders and key next steps as we look towards orientation. Step 1. Lay the foundation.
iSVA is a fully accredited online learning program. That means that we have to follow all the same rules and regulations as any other Texas public school. The main difference is you'll be completing your schoolwork at home on a computer rather than going to an in-person classroom. iSVA is a reading and writing based program. Students are given the resources to learn the content. Students can visit their teachers' classrooms as needed or as instructed during office hours for additional support.
Course materials. Students must have a quiet and designated workspace. Students are required to have reliable working internet. Students are required to have basic school supplies for iSVA, just like in a brick and mortar classroom.
Students may request a school-issued Chromebook if they do not have access to a computer.
You are responsible for taking care of your iSVA Chromebook. Your course schedule is created by an iSVA grade level counselor.
With all that said, let's take a look at who does what here at iSchool Virtual Academy.
Who does what? Campus director, the principal, the leader of a school responsible for overall school performance and day-to-day operations. We have 2 principals here at iSchool Virtual Academy, Miss Tammany Olson and Mrs. Mandy Stevens. If you are in the green, orange, red, or maroon house, then Miss Olson is your principal. If you are in the lime, teal, purple, royal, aqua, navy, or yellow house, then Mrs. Stevens is your principal. Who does what? Assistant campus director, assistant principal. The assistant principals work together with the principals to make sure everything runs smoothly. We have 5 amazing assistant principals here at iSchool Virtual Academy. Our 3rd through 8th grade assistant principal is Miss Sheila McCarthy. Moving on to high school, we have Miss Renda Gardner, Miss Christina Tolmason, Miss Lee Reed and Miss Jill Vidal. Who does what? Success coach. Think of them as your mentor. The person who makes sure you have access to all the tools you need to be successful at iSVA. Teacher, the course expert. The person in charge of live classes and helping you learn. And some of you may be serviced by a 504 coordinator or special education's case manager. Think of them as your support staff, the person who oversees all things related to any and all special program needs and accommodations. iSVA policies: attendance policy and active participation, grading policy, and classroom expectations. At iSVA, we do not take attendance like a traditional school, but use participation levels as our measure of attendance. Active participation. In order for students to be considered as participating in school, they must be actively working, i.e., logging in and completing gradable assignments in all of their assigned courses on or before their due date. In the event that students are no longer actively participating in the program for longer than 10 school days in all courses, they can be administratively withdrawn from the program. Attendance policy. Our program is flexible, meaning students may complete assignments before they are due. Students may complete coursework during hours outside of the regular school day, as long as students are successful in mastering the curriculum in assigned courses. Students may free up regular school days for extracurricular activities. Weekly study hall session attendance will be required for students who are on academic probation or for students who fall behind on assignments. Makeup days. Due to the flexibility of our program and automatic zero placeholders, students who miss assignments due to illness or other situations are expected to make up the behind assignments to get back on pace as soon as possible.
Automatic zero placeholders will be further discussed during orientation.
Students with extenuating circumstances, such as prolonged illnesses requiring hospitalization, should contact the student success coach to determine the best course of action for the student's educational progress.
Students who fall behind 10 or more days from the recommended course pace in each course may be considered no longer actively participating and may be at risk of potential withdrawal from iSchool Virtual Academy.
Grading policy. Students must meet mastery on quizzes and tests.
Mastery will be discussed in greater depth during orientation as it varies by grade level.
Teachers have up to 48 school hours to grade submitted work.
Most teachers will have things graded within 24 school hours. However, depending on the type of assignment, for instance, an English assignment, teachers may need up to 48 school hours to get that assignment graded.
Teachers are available in their virtual classrooms every school day during office hours.
You can access your teacher's information as well as their office hours when you log in through our learning platform. Anytime a teacher is unavailable, a substitute teacher will be made available to you. We will teach you more about our learning platform and how it works during orientation.
Enter a virtual classroom with a muted mic and raised hand. This will notify the teacher that you have entered their classroom.
Young people today are heavily involved in technology and are in constant communication, but they may lack awareness of legal and ethical issues. Families and schools should lead the way in teaching netiquette to prepare children for the digital age, emphasizing respect and appropriate behavior.
Here at iSVA, we define netiquette as the set of rules and guidelines for respectful and appropriate behavior while communicating online.
Guardians can address 3 important factors with their student about online behavior.
Number 1, appropriate behavior when interacting with school staff and students. Number 2, Understanding there are school consequences for inappropriate behavior. Number 3. Due to the online platform, students and guardians should be patient when waiting for feedback, as school staff are only available during office hours.
By fostering open discussions and reinforcing principles of respect, families can help children navigate the online world responsibly.
Classroom expectations. Academic integrity. Students will maintain academic honesty. Plagiarism of any kind will not be tolerated. This includes, but is not limited to, submitting work that is not your own. Language. Appropriate verbal and written language are expected at all times. Obscene, profane, threatening, disrespectful language or images in any communications with iSVA faculty, staff, and students is prohibited. Communication. iSVA believes that the best approach to fostering respectful communication is to create an atmosphere where everyone feels heard and understood, requiring students to demonstrate respect in all forms of communication with others, both inside and outside the classroom, including interactions with fellow students, teachers, and staff members.
To enhance knowledge and understanding through active engagement, it is required for all students in grades 3 through 8 to enable their cameras in all virtual classrooms.
Students in grades 3 through 8 are required to be on camera in all classrooms. Students in grades 9 through 12 are encouraged to be on camera in all classrooms. During the school year, students will experience district and state tests. Students are required to attend and participate in all state testing as scheduled. The NWEA MAP test, Measures of Academic Progress, is an adaptive achievement and growth test. MAP testing is an assessment. MAP testing helps us know what you do or do not know about a subject. MAP testing takes place twice a year, once in fall and once in spring. You will take your MAP test at home on your computer. MAP grade levels. Grades 3 through 8 will take MAP reading, math, and science. In high school, all students will take MAP reading. If your student is also enrolled in Algebra 1, Algebra 2, or Geometry, they must take the corresponding MAP test for each subject. Interim testing. The Texas Education Agency provides online tests called interim assessments. These tests are designed to align with the Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills to track academic progress and aid educators in identifying areas where student intervention can be beneficial. Interim testing takes place once a school year. You will take your interim assessment at home on your computer. STAR/EOC testing. The subject and date of assigned tests are determined by the Texas Education Agency. You will receive testing information from the testing department a few weeks prior to state testing. Guardians are responsible for ensuring students arrive at the in-person testing site on all STAR testing days.
Guardians are also responsible for ensuring their student is checked in and out during all STAR testing days.
Testing sites can be up to 2 hours away from your home address. It is essential that you keep an accurate and up-to-date home address on file with us at all times. STAR eligibility for grades 3 through 8. Per the Texas Education Agency, students that are in grades 3 through 8 must take the STAR exams that are required to their assigned grade level. Grades 3 and 4 and 6 and 7 will take reading and math. Grade 5 will take reading, math, and science. Grade 8 will take reading, math, science, and social studies. STAR eligibility, grades 9 through 12. Per the Texas Education Agency, students must pass all 5 STAR end-of-course assessments to earn their diploma. The STAR EOCs are as follows: Algebra 1, Biology, English 1, English 2, and U.S. History. In order for a student to be eligible to take the EOCs, they must meet one of the following eligibility requirements: earn 1 credit in the associated course, earn half a credit in the first semester of the course and be at least 90% complete in the remaining semester, or have previously taken the EOC and did not pass.
If you have any questions or concerns about the eligibility requirements we just covered for state testing, please reach out to your success coach.
Texas Education Agency mandatory tutorials. Per the State of Texas House Bill 1416, students are required to complete 30 hours of additional instruction for each STAR or EOC test not taken and/or not passed. Step 2. Build the structure. Weekly expectations. Review weekly progress report, weekly success coach check-in, read weekly update, daily/weekly schedule, and attend live classes. Review weekly progress report. You will be sent a progress report via email every Monday. This is where you can view your students' current grades and progress. Ensure you make time each week to review this information.
Success coaches and guardians partner together to provide the accountability your student needs to be successful here at iSVA.
How to support academically successful iSVA students. Every successful student has 2 accountability partners, guardians and a success coach. Guardians need to check in with their student at home daily and weekly. Students will need to check in with their success coach weekly and daily if needed. You will have a weekly check-in with your success coach.
Weekly success coach check-ins will be discussed during orientation, as this varies by grade level.
Weekly update. You will receive an update each week with important announcements. Be sure you make time each week to read through announcements. Complete daily assignments. Students will work daily to submit assignments on or before the assigned due date. Students are expected to attend all live classes each week. Live classes for state-tested subjects in grades 3 through 12 take place twice a week. You will work with your success coach to create your daily and weekly schedule. Evening hours. High school students are able to get help during evening hours each week. High school teachers' availability are listed on the teachers' landing pages. Landing pages will be discussed during orientation. Here's a look at tasks you will complete during a typical day in the life of an iSVA student. Read through student email, log into school and check announcements, complete assignments daily, attend any virtual live classes, small groups, and study halls, check out teacher resources listed on the teachers' landing pages, and respond to all iSVA communication.
Guardians, let's talk real quick about some steps you can help your student take to ensure they start their day off right. First, make sure that they get up and get dressed for their school day, just like how they would if they were going to an in-person class. Next, make sure that they eat breakfast or at least have a couple of good snacks available close by. However, keep in mind, if we wouldn't eat in a typical class with our teacher right in front of us, we don't want to encourage eating during an online class. And then last but not least is make sure that they get settled into that quiet and designated workspace. Some people have larger spaces than others, and that's okay. Wherever you and your student choose to set up that quiet and designated workspace, make sure that you have a conversation with everyone else in your household too, so that way they know, okay, when we're sitting here at the table, this is go time. This is when we've got to really plug in and make sure that we get our schoolwork done.
Step 3. Add final touches. If you're having trouble locating your iSVA email address and password from the email the registrar team sent to you, don't worry. You'll also be resent this information in the Welcome, I'm Your Success Coach email that will be sent to both students and guardians. Students, please make sure you are signed into your iSVA email address before you attend student orientation. Helpful reminders. Students may request a school-issued Chromebook in the event they do not have access to a computer. When logging into Google Meets, always log in using your iSVA Gmail. Do you have a quiet workspace? Did you receive your login credentials? Do you have reliable working internet? Do you have your voicemail set up on your phone? If you answered no, or I'm not sure to any of these questions, make sure to reach out to your success coach if you need help, or take a moment and take care of these things so that way you'll be ready for your first day of school.
All right, we're nearing the end of our time together, but let's take a look back at our to-do list so that way you know what's up next. Students, let's look at your to-do list.
Student to-do list. Watch the Intro to iSVA video, which is nearly complete. Next, complete the iSVA Expectations Agreement. Make sure to complete this alongside your guardian. If you are above the age of 18, you may fill out this agreement yourself. Next is student orientation. This takes place your first day of school. As a reminder, students in grades 3 through 8 will have 2 days of orientation. After that, we have the week 1 check-in, and last, the week 2 check-in.
Guardians, let's look at your to-do list.
Guardian to-do list. Watch the Intro to iSVA video, which is nearly complete. Next, complete the iSVA Expectations Agreement. Remember, you will need to complete this for each student that you have enrolled with us here at iSVA. Moving on, we have the Guardian Orientation. This takes place during your student's first week of school. Next, check in with your student daily. And last, read over the weekly progress report. Contact your success coach if you have any questions before your first day of school. If you're unsure who your success coach is, don't worry, they will be reaching out to you soon.
Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I really enjoyed getting to hang out with you. And I know we went over a lot of information, but I have one last thought that I want to leave you with. So students, listen up. Seriously, come close. Listen up. You, yes you belong. You know, we're gonna be in our different home locations all throughout the school year. Outside of state testing, of course, that's the one time we all come together. But outside of that, we're always gonna be in these separate locations. But due to this amazing virtual online world, we get to gather together. So that means whether you're at home or listening to this in your apartment, or maybe even watching this in your car, you're here and you know, you're a part of the iSVA family now. This is where we want you to build your success. Never ever forget that you have a place here. If you ever have any questions or concerns, make sure to reach out and to talk to somebody. You're not alone. This is where you belong. Until next time, I'm Mrs. Haas, signing off.
Make success part of your story. iSchool Virtual Academy, where you belong.